Hello, I'm so sorry for the break in transmission. So, as I was saying, we are still talking about managing money, okay? How to, assess how you can manage your money in the home. So, like I said, you have to assess the strength, spiritual strength of your home, the commitment. How committed are you to your marriage, which should be 100% commitment to your spouse, okay? Communication. How effective can you and your spouse communicate effectively? How effective can you and your spouse communicate effectively with one another? Can you communicate your fears? Can you communicate, whatever issues you are facing, your worries, what do you want to get, and all those kind of things? So now, if you assess how well both of you communicate, see, you can assess the way you communicate in marriage. You can assess the way you communicate in marriage right from the courtship period. See, so many people deceive themselves. Oh, it's going to change. We are not communicating well. We always have issues when we are discussing. But I trust God that when we are married, it's going to change. Okay, it's going to change, okay? Is it magic? If you're a magician, why can't you do the magic now? Let him change now. See, communication is very important. See, we are talking about weighing your options. When we are talking, we cannot just dabble into joint account, saying, sister, do joint account, sister, do. You are the one that will assess it yourself. How well are you communicating right from the courtship? Don't be deceived that you will change in the marriage. If you want to change, let him change before. Don't wait for after. See, don't wait for disaster to happen. That's just it. Communication. How well can you communicate? It's very important. I'm stressing it. Handling. How well are you able to handle your conflict? How well are you able to handle your conflict? If you're the type that you and your spouse to be, you don't handle your conflicts properly, maybe you have simple disagreements, it's boomerang, it becomes something that you can keep malice for 1 hour, for 3 hours, for 24 hours, for 3 days, you are not talking. Oh my goodness, you mean it? And you are Christians? And you are about to get married? Oh no, sister. I don't see that as something healthy. How can you handle your conflict? Handling your conflict is very, very important when you are talking about management within, if you know this man that you're about to get married to, he doesn't settle conflicts easily. He can stay on his own. When you are fighting, he goes his way. He doesn't call you for 3 days, and thereafter, you are the one that goes back begging. Sister, and you want to do joint account, you want all the money to be in his care. My sister, when you have conflict, you are going to suffer. You are going to suffer. Let me tell you. So all these things, how well do you handle your conflict? How well do you handle your conflict? It's very important. Also, time. How well do you give yourself time? He doesn't have time to listen to you. He doesn't have time to listen to your needs. How well you give yourself time. If he's the kind of person, he travels, 1 month, then 3 years, he's not there, he doesn't have time again, and you don't even communicate well. Oh my God, sister. You want to do joint account that way? It's not possible. Those are the things you have to assess. See, let's face reality. Yes, your money, like I said in the beginning, your money should be held mutually. Your money can still be held mutually with or without joint account. I'm coming to that. Don't let me jump. So, like I said in the beginning, that what therefore God has joined together, let no money, no account, no money put asunder. Your money should be held mutually, but you have to assess. How do you have time? Another thing you have to see, Cherish. How well do you cherish one another? How well do you cherish one another? Does it place you at an high esteem? Does it see you as somebody you cannot do without? Does he see you as somebody that he has deep trust for, deep faith in? How well does it cherish you? Another thing is, how well do you nourish one another? Can you go all out for one another? How well do you nourish one another, in every other area? How intimate are you? These are things that you have to assess right from the courtship. Many people say, but in courtship now, because so that we will not commit sin, we cannot communicate like that. We cannot know all these things. Oh, it's okay. It's alright. Don't communicate. Don't communicate. Okay? When you are married, you will learn to communicate. But I'm telling you, it is good to communicate. Give yourself time. See, you can know you can know whether your marriage is going to last right from the courtship. If you do it the way it's supposed to be done, you can know if you're going to have problems. See, don't mind me, I'm using my own energy to talk. So let me sweat very well. In fact, let me sweat. So you can know. Don't tell me you can't know. There's no way I can know. You see, the way we do our courtship in my own church, we do it this way. In my own church, we do it this way. See, it is not about church now. It's about doing the will of God. And, being true to yourself. It's about you now, okay? So, please, how intimate, okay, are you? And if you are married, how well are you sharing responsibility? How well are you sharing responsibility? You have an husband. I'm sorry to say this. Your husband is not responsible in any area. Your husband is not he can't use his initiative to buy something at home that you need. He feels it's only a woman that should buy foodstuff, that should cook, that should do this, that should take care of the children. My sister, it is dangerous. It's I don't know what to just say. It's somehow, if there's no shared responsibility. So, you see, all these things, healthy ways of managing money is to have a saving. Yeah, many people see it that way. And healthy way of managing money is to have savings. Yes, it's okay. So that, why do people say that? Because they feel there are always emergencies, okay? Some people feel there are always upcoming expenses. So please, if you are saving money, you are managing money well. Well, if that is your opinion, you are not wrong. But let me tell you that there are some steps you can take in managing money. There's some steps that you can take, and I'm going to outline them. You see, I'm already taking time. Well, I have 1 hour and I've just used maybe like 30 minutes, so I still have time. So let me talk the talk. So now, when you want to talk about money management, there are some steps. There are some things that you have to know. Number one, see, if you are single, talk about money. Talk about finances. A lot. Please, see, don't say, maybe my own is too much. Let your own be too much. It's about your life. I said it in the beginning. Marriage is a lifelong commitment to a person. Marriage means that you want to share your life, including your bank account, with a person, with your spouse. So please, communicate a lot. Talk a lot about finances before you get married. Now you say, sister, but you are telling us to talk a lot. But I don't know what to talk about. I'll tell you what to talk about. I'll tell you what to talk about. I can't tell you everything, but I'll tell you some things you have to talk about. You can say, I don't know. I'm so naive. You're so naive. You will know you are not naive. You will know you know what you want by the time you get into the marriage. But it is better to know what you want before you get in, so that you can sieve out all chaff. So now, you talk a lot about finances before you get married. Now, what are you supposed to talk about? The account that you have. the account that you have. How many accounts do you have? Which type of account do you have? Talk about that. The debt you owe. And people say, how would a single person be owing debt? Sit down there. Some people, they owe debt to the extent that it is so embarrassing. So please, I'm telling you things you have to talk about. I've told you, you talk a lot about finances before you get married. Which account do you have? Which type of account? Brother, debt. Do you owe any debt? Ask him. Debt that you owe. How much? Where? Who? When? How long? Have you been owing that debt? Ask questions. Ask questions. Don't say I'm shy. Don't say I respect him a lot. He's our GC in our church. He's our papa. Oh, wow. All that one go finish you. Ask question. Talk. Debt that you owe. Don't say this brother is very spiritual. So he can't hold debt. Spiritual people don't hold debt. There's some people that owe somebody money and they're avoiding the person. They're not paying. And so on. And they want to get married to you. Somebody is owing somebody 1 million. Maybe somebody he has eaten one company's money and is owing them. And you want to get married without discussing that, and you want to do joint account. He's going to use all your salary for his debt, and you're going to suffer a lot. So please discuss the debt that you owe. The one that you owe, ask him the one that he. That's why you have to be in a relationship with a Christian, because a Christian has to be truthful. And look him in the eyes and see whether he's saying the truth. Look at his gestures, whether he's saying the truth. Look at the way, ask him that same question 3 different times and see, compare the answers. If the answer of last month is different from this month, brother, you're not telling me the truth. I can't stay with somebody that is lying. See, let's be real. Don't let us use spirituality to cover things and then regret and then put the blame on God. God will not be blamed. You have a responsibility. You have a role. God has a responsibility. God has a role. God does his own responsibility. If you don't do your own responsibility, you suffer. And God is not to be blamed. Ask the debts that you owe, investment that you have made. See, any investment he has made or that you have made before marriage, after marriage, it is for you both. Ask him, what are the investments that you have made? Please know. What are the investments that he has made? And so on and so forth. Ask him, does he want you to always discuss every expenses with him before you make it? People say, is it as difficult as that? So if I want to buy 5 naira Maggi, I will tell my husband. That's why you should know. If it's like that, if the man wants you to always tell him every single thing that you, expenses that you make, and you don't like to be accountable, there will be serious conflict. By the time he sees a new shoe in the house, he's going to say, what? You mean you use my money to buy new shoe? What are these 3 shoes doing in the house? Is that not enough for you? Did you discuss it with me? And you're like, what? So because I bought 1,500 naira shoes, so I should discuss with you as busy as you are? And it's like, yes, I am the man in this house. And it takes you by shock. It takes you by surprise. Is this not the brother Tunde that I know? Is it not the brother Jide that I know before you got married? Is it not the... It is still the same brother Tunde. You were not wise enough to ask, to know, and to decide. Can I cope? I'm laughing. For those people that have entered blindly, it is not a joking matter. It is not funny. I'm serious. So that is why singles that are here, you have to ask, brother, do you want me Do you want that I always discuss every expenses with you? For example, let me use my home as an example. I see it is not compulsory. My husband does not expect that I discuss every single. He knows that I use my initiative to buy things that are important. I don't spend by impulse. So so if I feel we need Maggie in the house, I don't need to discuss with my husband before buying the Maggie. I just pick money and I buy the Maggie and we are all happy. But if you marry a man who wants you to discuss, even when you need the Maggie that afternoon, he still wants you to discuss it in the night before buying the Maggie. See, there's nothing you can do. If you don't discuss, you just buy the Maggie, there will be conflict. There will be serious challenges. You yourself will not be happy. He himself is not happy. And that is where problem starts from. So please ask it. See, another thing you have to know is, what are your financial expectations? What do you expect financial wise? What do you expect from me? What do I expect from you? Discuss it. Those are things. They talk a lot about finances before marriage. Don't say so that the brother will not think that I like money too much. Let him think. Okay, who does not like money? Raise up your hand. So that's just it. Number two, discuss bank accounts. And see, I've told you many things now. If you're not writing that, better write it. Don't tell me that you forgot. Especially singles, that have not sealed the deal. Okay, discuss bank accounts. Now that's where it comes. We are digging deep. See, we are already moving from simple now. You see, you don't the complex. So, hey, Chideke. Okay. Now, when we are talking about bank accounts, are we maintaining our individual accounts? Before I got married, I have GTB account and I have Access, formerly called Intercontinental Bank account. Are we maintaining that individual? I'm still maintaining my bank account. My husband has GTB account. He's still maintaining his bank account. Are we maintaining individual account or joint account? Joint account in different ways. Even though me and my husband we maintained our individual account, a good number of times he gets the money, he puts everything in my account and we spend it jointly, mutually. Like I told you, you can maintain individual accounts and still spend money mutually. You are aware of what you're spending. That's where you have to ask, does it want you to always discuss every expenses? If you have to discuss, every expenses or big expenses or investment and all those kind of things. So, or you want to have both. Each of you want to maintain your account and still have a joint account forward for expenses. Now, if you have already decided, okay, in a month we are using 50,000 naira for feeding, okay, we all put the 50,000 naira in one joint account. We are saving 20 accounts in one. We are using 70k for investment. I've explained what investment means at the beginning, and I've given you an examples of investment. So maintaining individual accounts or joint accounts, discussing bank accounts. You have to discuss that. Okay, you pen down your financial goals. What are your financial goals? Is it long-term goals? Do you want to stick to a budget each month, or you just want to spend as needs arises? For example, in my old home, we don't really stick to a budget. We spend each month as our needs arises. Some months we spend a lot, some months we spend less, and like that. So you have to discuss, are we having one source of income or not? Do you want to have multiple streams of income, or are we having one source of income? So all those things. Another thing, managing your finances, you can review your expenses, whether you have budgets or not, you pen down your goals or not. You review your expenses every time. You track your budget. See, this particular thing is taking our money every month. How can we eliminate it? Or how can we reduce, adjust? You adjust it accordingly. It is not advisable to spend beyond what you earn. You will run into debt. Then you also do what? You save for retirement. There's a time you will not be able to work anymore. You save. That's how to manage money. how to manage money. Then what? You stay out of debt. You stay out of debt. Many people borrow me this, borrow me that. They borrow on impulse and they run into huge debt. Stay out of debt, sister. Many women do this thing a lot. They borrow a lot without the intention of paying back. The Bible says, owe no man anything. Don't owe anybody. If you are owing somebody you've not paid, you are not going to anywhere. You're not going to heaven. Owe no man. No matter your situation, try as much as possible to stay out of debt. Okay? Then have a budget. Have a budget. Don't spend on impulse. Like when I was explaining initially, I said some people, they are spenders while their spouse are savers. If you are a spender and your spouse is a saver, you are going to have serious problems in marriage. So please, always have a budget. Don't spend on impulse. And I pray God will help you in Jesus' name. Now, another thing I'm almost rounding up very soon. I'll round up options in handling finance. Now, you have options: joint bank account, individual account, or you have both. Don't say I don't have options. Don't say they have talked me into it. Whatever God has joined together, let no man put asunder. See, there is joint bank account, there is individual account, and you can run both. I have said initially what you are supposed to assess, okay, before deciding on anything. Now, on the option that you choose, they all have their pros and cons. There are advantages and disadvantages. Are you hearing me, please? If you are hearing me well, please tell me you are hearing me, because I have to lower my voice so that I won't wake up my son. So please let me know if my voice is audible enough so that I can continue, because we are digging deep into this topic, the pros and cons of combining accounts, of having joint account. The pros, the cons, the advantages, disadvantages of having joint account. Number one, the advantages. I'm going to talk about the advantages. When you combine account, number one, it simplifies your finances. You are able to do what? Work on the bulk of the money. It simplifies your finances. And number two, it helps you to build trust. Complete trust. Deep trust. Build trust in one another when you have joint account. Number three, it helps to check certain habits. For example, if you are the kind of person that spends on impulse, when you have combined account, it helps you to check that habit. When you withdraw 10,000 naira and maybe your husband also got the alert that you have removed 10,000 naira. Oh, and they quickly call you. Hello, dear. I can see that you removed 10,000 naira. What do you want to use it to do? And you're like, I don't want to get this Ashwebi. One of my friends is doing wedding on next month. I want to get Ashwebi. And what is the color of the wedding? Oh, the color is blue and white. But my dear, we just bought one. Maybe your husband said, my dear, but we just bought one blue and white. They said, oh, I've forgotten that I have that blue gele. I'm not buying again. You see, they have succeeded in saving 10,000 naira out of the pocket, out of the family money, family expenses. So it helps you to check certain habits, you see. So it's not bad in its real sense. So then it also breeds utmost commitment. It breeds commitment. It breeds utmost commitment. For you, if money, you can combine money together and, spend together and invest together and, build up your assets, your liability together. All those things breed utmost commitment. Like I told you in the beginning, marriage is supposed to be 100% commitment. So having combined account breeds all utmost what commitment. Then it creates high level of dependency. See, that's how marriage is supposed to be. We depend on one another for everything. And when you have combined account, there is a high level of dependency. There is a high level of dependency when you combine your account. You depend on him, he depends on you. So, well, I see it as an advantage. Some other people may see it as, so you mean I cannot think? So you mean I cannot take some decisions on my own? I want to be a bit independent. To some people, having high level of dependency, it sounds more like disadvantage. But in the context of marriage, like if you see in my cons also, I have high dependency as one of the disadvantage. Yeah, so you decide, is it a pro for you or a con for you? So you decide. You say this thing, we cannot come up here and tell you, hey, do joint account, don't do joint account, do this kind of account. No. After all this discussion, you sit on your own and decide. So when we talk about the cons, the major con that we talk about is you can have denial of your needs. Your needs can be denied. It can be denied. Let us face reality. Do not shy away from reality. When you have combined accounts, there is, that high probability that you'll be denied your need. For example, I've been opportune to stay in one Christian family at a time. And combining money accounts almost ruined. In fact, it ruined the marriage for a certain period of time until God intervened in that marriage. What happened? When they just got married, maybe the woman never thought about it. She never assessed the marriage. She just decided, okay, I'll be laying my salary at the feet of my husband. We are joining the account. So she's always laying her salary on the feet of her husband. And then when there's a need in the home, there's a need there, here and there, she asks, my dear husband, we need money to do this, to do that. And the husband, they say, there is no money. There is no money. Okay. So she said she suffered a lot. She suffered that for a period of time. And then she had to sit down and think. And she thought and thought and thought. I don't know. She didn't tell me that she thought. Don't let me fabricate it. Okay, she sat down and then she decided not to lay the salary on the feet of her husband. And what do you expect? Problem began. World War II. So the problem started. This, that. To the extent that, don't say it's a lie. This is something I saw that I saw with my true koro eyes. And then they were apart, living in the same house but apart. They don't sleep together in the same room. Each one stays, put godo in their door when they are going on. The husband started cooking on his own. The wife started cooking on her own with the children. And then they stop talking. When visitors visit them, they do like nothing. The husband will come out from his room. Good afternoon, sir. And like that, it continued for almost a year. In fact, if not more than a year. And the woman told me herself what caused the problem. She sat me down. Somebody that has grown-up children as old as I have. And she sat me down and discussed with me this was the problem, and I took it upon myself to pray because I was concerned. I was like, I don't know if such thing exists even amidst Christians leaders. I don't know. So, and that's the problem. There may be denial of needs when they are coming. That's one of the biggest disadvantage, the biggest disadvantage of combining accounts. Women being denied their needs, and then high dependency. You cannot even take decision. You're just dependent. I want to buy salt, 17 naira salt. I'm just waiting for my husband to just approve it. It can give a lot of headache. But see, I've already told you, if your communication is perfect, intimacy perfect, nourishing one another perfect, every other thing perfect, spirituality perfect, commitment to one another okay, 100%. Having joint accounts will be very easy. Like I told you, me and my husband, we join our monies together. My money is not mine. His money is not his. If somebody should give me him 15 naira this afternoon, when he comes home, he's going to tell me somebody gave me 15 naira. If 1 million enters his account, he's not going to say, I don't want my wife to know. Because by the time my wife knows now, she's going to say, I need extra shoe. He tells me. And me also. Let me give you an example. Towards the end of last year, we were running an investment, a building investment, which is still ongoing. And there's an entitlement in my place of work that we have been expecting. We were just discussing and talking and having a nice time that evening when I got alert. I don't get alert. I got alert. I never expected it. Immediately I just saw the alert on my phone. There are some women who say, don't let me talk. Before this man, now go and hijack my money. I just told him, wow, this entitlement, big entitlement has entered. This one, thank God, all our expenses that we have, our account is almost reading red now. And our investment, we can channel it into it. I didn't even wait for him to say, this thing that we are doing, let us put it inside. I just told him, see, I'm sending the money for buying this, for buying that, for doing this, for doing that, for buying the blocks, for buying this. And in his mind, he's going to be happy. So see, it is not about you saying, we open a bank and we have it together. That's not what I'm talking about. Spending mutually. You are deciding. You are united. Even in money matter. You decide as a woman, or you don't go and buy land secretly somewhere and start a building, investing. And you are telling your husband, I don't have money, and you are making, a secret things. It is not proper. So it is about, united and mutually in agreement, even in money matter. It's beyond this one, that one. We are combining account. Like I told you, there are options. And like I said earlier on, you have to assess your marriage, assess yourself, assess your spouse. And for singles, I've told you, you have to discuss finances a lot in marriage. And I've told you what to discuss, questions to ask. So we are moving to the end of this discussion. It is feasible, combining accounts, in summary, is feasible when there is spiritual unity, there is deep commitment, there is high-level intimacy, high-level communication of your needs, of your fears, of your problems, and when there is shared responsibility. That's a summary. That's a summary. Now, before I conclude, there is the last aspect I want to talk about. Preventing, finance from ruining your marriage. How can you prevent finance, money, from ruining your marriage? Number one, you have to pray to God. Oh Lord, I don't want money to ruin my marriage. I don't want money to ruin my marriage. Don't say I've been married for 10 years, money has not been our problem. See, it can start in the 11th year. I've been married for 20 years, yet it can start in the 21st year of your marriage, money problem. Some people, they never had problem with money when they were young in their marriage. They had problems, the conflict later on in their marriage. And that is why you have to pray to God. Even as a single, start praying. Don't want money to ruin my marriage. Number two, you seek counsel. See, this kind of discussion helps opens our mind. For example, there are some singles that now they know what to discuss. Seek counsel. There are times you have to meet counselors on finance issues, investment is, and how to reduce this your spending by impulse. Seek counsel. How to stay out of debt. Seek counsel. That's how to prevent money from ruining your marriage. And then communicate. You talk. You communicate with one another. You communicate properly with one another. Communication is very, very important. It's very, very important. So, all other methods of preventing, money from ruining your marriage is embedded in those three things. Seeking the face of God for your marriage, for your finances and everything, how to handle it, and then seeking for counsel, then communicating with your spouse properly. All those things, I believe I've been able to share one or two things with you that have been useful. So if you have questions, you can ask. If you have comments, you can give. If you have something you want to subtract, you want to add, up to you. You can do it. I will respond. I will be online in the group for some minutes, maybe like 30 minutes or thereabout, before I sign out for today. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. I also am learning daily, and we are moving forward, and I am happy. Thank you. Bye. Do you know why I'm laughing? I will not tell you why, but you know that a lot can make somebody laugh. A lot, it can make headache to fly away. So don't worry, you are also going to get your halal. This is February 1. Okay, bye. Take care.